All right, so get this. You're about to walk into an interview for an advertising sales agent role. But you're not just prepared, you're confident. Like, you've got this. That's exactly the vibe we're going for in this deep dive. We're going to equip you with everything you need to just nail that interview using RoleCatcher's awesome resources.
We'll be pulling insights from their career guide, the interview guide, specifically for advertising sales agent roles. Oh, and we'll even dive into how their AI can help you craft some seriously standout responses.
It's like having your own personalized playbook. But before we get all strategic, let's get a clear picture of, well, the playing field. What exactly does an advertising sales agent do?
Okay, so basically you're the link between businesses that want to advertise and the audience they're trying to reach. Think persuasion, creativity, and, a good dose of business smarts to connect the right message with the right people. And it's always changing, especially with all the digital advertising and new technologies popping up.
So it's not just about selling. It's about understanding the whole advertising world and staying ahead of the game. The career guide also mentioned the work environment. Sounds like flexibility is a plus, but it's not all sunshine and roses, right?
Right on. Remote work is becoming more and more common, but the flip side is, yeah, sometimes you've got those long hours, especially when it's crunch time. Think of it like sprints, intense, but with the potential for some pretty sweet rewards. And you'll be talking to all sorts of people, marketing managers, agencies, even business owners directly. Building those relationships, that's key in this role.
Okay, so we've laid the groundwork. Now let's get to the interview itself. RoleCatcher's interview guide has 9 key questions you might get hit with. Let's break them down, starting with, can you tell us about your experience working in advertising sales? Seems simple enough, but...
It might seem straightforward, but they're looking for more than just a list of what you've done before. They want to see your level of experience and, this is important, how well you connect your past roles to what they need.
So don't just dive into your resume, right? What's the best way to handle this one?
Focus on what's relevant. Skip the chronological rundown and zero in on the experiences that directly relate to advertising sales, even if it wasn't your official title. Let's say you worked in marketing but teamed up with the sales folks on campaigns. That's valuable stuff.
So even if you haven't had the exact title, you could still show off those transferable skills. What kind of details should people include?
Talk about the clients you've worked with, the stuff you've sold, the results you've gotten. Numbers matter here. Instead of I increased sales, try I boosted sales by 15% in 6 months. Paint a clear picture of what you can do.
It's about impact, not just tasks.
Exactly. And this is where RoleCatcher's AI can be a game changer. It analyzes the job description and suggests ways to tailor your answers so you're hitting those skills and experience they really care about.
That's a great tip, especially for people who struggle with tailoring their answers. No more guessing games. All right, next question gets a little more personal. Can you describe your approach to building and maintaining relationships with clients?
This one is all about the long game in sales. It's not just about closing the deal. It's about building that trust, the rapport, those long-term partnerships that are gold in advertising.
So they want someone who's invested in their client's success, not just hitting numbers. What are some traps to avoid here?
A lot of people just focus on the selling part, but you want to emphasize your ability to really listen to clients, communicate clearly, and provide top-notch service. Think consultant, partner, not just a salesperson.
Right, building that relationship, not just making a sale. How can someone really demonstrate those qualities?
Think of times when you went above and beyond for a client. Did you solve a tough problem? Did you come up with something creative that blew them away? Real examples like that show you're in it for the long haul. And you know what? RoleCatcher's AI is super helpful here too.
How so?
It checks out the company's values, their culture, and gives you ideas on how to tweak your examples so they really hit home with their specific approach to clients.
That's so useful, especially for tailoring to different company vibes. Okay, let's hit question 3. Can you give an example of a successful advertising campaign you have worked on? This is where you get to show off a bit, right?
You got it. They want to see how you develop campaigns, how you measure success, the impact you've made, real evidence, not just talk.
So it's not enough to just say, I worked on this.
Yeah.
You need specifics. What's the best way to structure your answer?
Pick a campaign that really shows off what you can do, something that fits the job you're going for. Break it down clearly: goals, target audience, the channels you used, and of course, the results. Oh, and don't just focus on the good stuff.
Wait, talk about challenges? Isn't that risky in an interview?
Not at all. Talking about challenges and how you crush them, that shows you can solve problems and that you're resilient. Pick a time where you hit a roadblock, a crazy deadline. a tight budget, a difficult client, and explain how you navigated it like a pro.
It's like turning a negative into a positive, showing you can adapt.
Exactly. And when you talk about results, use numbers. Did you boost brand awareness? Generate leads? Did sales go up? Back up your claims with solid figures.
Show, don't tell. All right, question 4. How do you stay up to date on industry trends and changes? This is a must in advertising, right? It changes so fast.
Absolutely. This question is all about showing your passion for the field and your dedication to learning. They want to see you're not just going with the flow, you're actively seeking out new stuff and staying ahead of the curve.
So how can someone prove they're in the know?
Share your go-to sources for industry news and trends. Do you subscribe to any publications? Are there blogs or podcasts you follow? What about online communities or social media groups focused on advertising? And hey, don't forget about RoleCatcher.
Oh, yeah. Their career guide has that whole external resources and industry trends section, a goldmine for staying in the loop.
Exactly. You can even mention using those resources to prep for the interview. Shows initiative, right?
Pro tip. Let's tackle question 5, dealing with a classic sales challenge. How do you handle rejection or difficult clients? Can't avoid that forever.
It's going to happen, but it's all about how you deal with it. They want to see how you handle pressure, stay professional, and even turn those tough situations into something positive.
So no pretending you've never been rejected. What's the play here?
Be honest, but frame it in a positive light. Emphasize staying calm and collected, even with difficult clients or when facing rejection. Show empathy, problem-solving skills. Remember, even rejection can be a learning experience.
So it's not about getting defensive. It's about showing you can learn and grow. Anything they should avoid saying.
Definitely don't trash talk past clients or come across as someone who can't take feedback. Highlight your resilience, your ability to keep things positive, even when it's tough. And hey, RoleCatcher's AI can help you practice these kinds of answers.
You mean that AI interview practice thing? How does that work?
You record yourself answering the question, and the AI gives you feedback on how you come across. It checks your tone of voice, facial expressions, even your body language, so you come across as confident and calm, even when talking about tough stuff.
That's awesome. Takes the pressure off practicing alone.
Ah.
Okay, question 6. Could you describe a time when you had to meet a challenging sales target? Time to shine a light on those achievements.
Yes. Show them you can thrive under pressure. They want to know you're not just meeting the minimum, you're going above and beyond.
So it's not just, yep, I met my target.
Yeah.
They want the how. What should people focus on?
Highlight the strategies you used. Did you try a new sales technique? Did you go the extra mile to nurture those leads? Did you get creative to overcome an obstacle?
It's showing you take initiative, you're resourceful, and you can think outside the box.
You got it. And remember, numbers, numbers, numbers. Don't just say you increase sales. Give them specific figures or percentages to really drive home the impact you made.
Show, don't tell. Got it.
And don't forget the challenges you faced along the way. Did you have to jump over hurdles? Did you face fierce competition? Highlighting those and how you overcame them really reinforces your resilience and problem-solving skills.
It paints a more complete picture, showing you can handle the ups and downs of a demanding sales role.
Exactly. Now, before we move on, remember RoleCatcher's AI. It's not just for practicing your answers. It can help you pick out those specific achievements and challenges that will resonate most with the interviewer.
Well, that's right. So while you're working on your answer, use RoleCatcher's AI to analyze the job description and the company's profile. It can highlight the keywords and phrases that will make them sit up and take notice and ensure your response aligns perfectly with their expectations.
Exactly. It's like having a personal guide, helping you craft the most impactful answer possible. All right, let's move on to question 7, which digs into your negotiation skills. Can you give an example of a time when you had to negotiate a complex deal?
Negotiation is crucial for any sales role, but especially in advertising, where you're juggling budgets, contracts, and creative visions. What are they really trying to gauge with this question?
They want to see your communication skills, how you handle pressure, and your knack for finding solutions that work for everyone. They want to know you can fight for your company's interest while also building those strong, lasting relationships with clients.
So how should they tackle this one?
Pick a specific example that shows you know how to negotiate. It doesn't have to be some massive $1 million deal. Maybe it was a tricky client request or finding a compromise that made both sides happy.
It's about showing you can find that common ground and build consensus. What details should they include?
Walk them through the key parts of the negotiation. Who was involved? What were the stakes? What challenges popped up? And most importantly, what was the outcome? Highlight the strategies you used: active listening, compromise, creative problem solving.
It's not about being pushy. It's about finding solutions that work for everyone.
You nailed it. And remember, the best negotiators aren't just about getting their way. They're about understanding all sides, finding common ground, and building lasting agreements.
Excellent point. So they've shown off their negotiation skills. Now on to question 8. How do you prioritize and manage your sales pipeline? This sounds like it's all about organization and strategy.
You got it. They want to know you can juggle multiple leads, spot the best opportunities, and manage your time effectively to, maximize your sales potential. They want to see you have a system. You're not just winging it.
So it's about demonstrating that you're proactive, organized, and strategic. But before we dive into how to answer, can you quickly explain what a sales pipeline is for those who might not be familiar?
Of course. It's basically a visual way to see where your prospects are in the sales process. It tracks their journey from the first hello to closing the deal. Imagine a funnel. At the top, you have a bunch of potential leads. As you nurture them and move them through the pipeline, the funnel gets narrower and you're left with the most qualified prospects, the ones ready to buy.
That's a helpful visual. So how can our listener effectively communicate their approach to pipeline management?
Explain your system for prioritizing leads. Do you use a specific scoring system? Do you focus on certain industries or client types? Be clear and concise. Don't be afraid to mention specific tools or techniques you use.
Like if they use a CRM system, they should mention that.
Absolutely. If they have a specific method for qualifying leads or tracking progress, share it. The goal is to show you have a system that works and you're always making it better.
It's about showing you're not just reacting, you're being proactive and strategic with your sales pipeline.
Exactly. And mention any strategies you use to stay organized and efficient. Do you have a daily or weekly routine for managing your pipeline? Do you use visual tools like Kanban boards to keep track of everything? Highlight those systems and processes that help you stay on top of your game.
Great tips. Okay, last question. Can you describe a time when you had to work collaboratively with a team to achieve a sales goal? Teamwork is a big deal in advertising sales, right?
For sure. In advertising, you're rarely working solo. You're usually teaming up with creative folks, account managers, media buyers, and other departments to make those campaigns a reality. This question is all about seeing if you can communicate effectively, share credit, and contribute to a shared vision.
So showcase your interpersonal skills, your ability to work smoothly within a team. How should they tackle this one?
Choose an example that highlights your collaboration skills and your ability to work effectively as part of a team. Describe the roles and responsibilities of each team member, the challenges you faced, and, of course, the strategies you used to achieve success.
It's about painting a picture of a cohesive team effort.
Exactly. But also highlight your specific contributions to the team's success without hogging all the credit.
It's a balancing act. You want to show your value, but also your ability to work harmoniously in a group.
You got it. And guess what? RoleCatcher's AI can help you fine-tune your answer to make sure you're hitting the right notes. It can analyze the company's culture and values, suggesting ways to tailor your response to show you'd fit right in with their team.
Great point. So while prepping your answer, use RoleCatcher's AI to get insights into the company's teamwork dynamics. It can help you highlight the specific collaborative skills and experiences they value most.
Exactly. It's all about tailoring your responses to make the biggest impact. Welcome back. Now let's dive into how RoleCatcher's AI can really take your interview prep to the next level.
We've covered those interview questions, and I think our listeners got a pretty good handle on how to approach them. But what I'm really curious about is, how does RoleCatcher's AI help you tailor your responses to a specific job?
That's where the magic happens. Imagine you've got your basic answers ready, but you want to make them really click with this specific company and role. Making your experience and skills super relevant to their needs and what they're looking for.
So it's not just knowing the answers. It's about presenting them in a way that lines up perfectly with what the company wants.
Exactly. RoleCatcher's AI is like a personal stylist for your interview responses. First, it goes through the job description and picks out those keywords and skills the employer is all about. Think of it like a superpowered highlighter, bringing those crucial elements to the front.
Okay, so it's helping you figure out what the interviewer is really after, beyond the surface. What happens next?
Here's where it gets cool. The AI then suggests ways to weave those keywords and skills into your answers. It's not about just repeating the job description. It's about smoothly incorporating those elements into your story, showing you get what they need.
So it's helping you connect your experience with what they're looking for. like a secret weapon most candidates don't even know about.
Right. It's all about showing how relevant your skills are and making a lasting impression. And it goes beyond just what you say. RoleCatcher's AI can even give feedback on how you deliver your answers, helping you fine-tune your pacing, your tone, even your body language. It's like having a virtual coach, helping you project confidence and authenticity.
That's so valuable, especially for those who get nervous or stumble over their words in interviews. Okay, so we've covered interview prep, but RoleCatcher's AI goes beyond just interviews, right? It can actually help you land more interviews to begin with.
You bet. Remember that RoleCatcher, their competitive edge excerpt. Let's break down how their AI can boost your entire application process, starting with your CV and cover letter.
Perfect, because I know a lot of people struggle with tailoring their CV and cover letter for each job.
Yeah.
Feels like starting from scratch every time, and it's such a time suck.
I hear you. But RoleCatcher's AI takes the headache out of tailoring. It analyzes the job description and suggests which skills to emphasize, which experiences to highlight, even how to adjust your language to match the company's tone and style.
So it's not rewriting your whole CV every time. It's about strategically optimizing it for each application.
Exactly. It's like having a pro resume writer on your team, helping you put your best foot forward for every opportunity. And same goes for cover letters. No more staring at a blank page. You get AI-powered suggestions on how to structure your letter and what points to hit, all based on the job description.
Like a personalized roadmap for creating those super important documents. Streamlines the process and helps you make the most of your time.
Precisely. And here's what's even more impressive. RoleCatcher's AI can help you tackle those tricky application questions a lot of companies are using these days.
You mean those online forums with specific questions about your experience and skills?
Those are the ones. They can be a real pain, especially if you're not sure what they're getting at or how to answer effectively. But RoleCatcher's AI can analyze those questions, figure out what they're really asking, and suggest ways to answer that fit perfectly with what the job needs.
Like a secret decoder ring for those sometimes confusing application questions. It helps you avoid common mistakes and make sure your answers are on point.
You got it. It takes the guesswork out and helps you present yourself in the best possible light.
It's amazing how AI is changing the game for job seekers. And with RoleCatcher, it's not just about automation, it's about giving you the tools and insights to really stand out.
Couldn't agree more. It's about empowering you to present your best self throughout the whole application and interview process.
We've talked about how RoleCatcher's AI can help you with your CV, cover letter, those application questions, and even your interview answers. Anything else it can do to give you an edge?
Here's something that really makes RoleCatcher different. Its AI-powered interview practice feature.
Yeah.
You can actually record yourself answering common interview questions and then get feedback from the AI on how you did.
It's like having a personal coach critiquing your every move, but with objective, data-driven insights.
Right. The AI can check your pacing, your tone of voice, your body language, even how you use keywords. It can tell you what to improve and give you specific tips on how to refine your delivery.
So it's not just what you say, it's how you say it. And this helps you polish your delivery and project confidence.
Exactly. And that confidence can make a world of difference in an interview.
It's about using technology to give you that extra boost. Now, does RoleCatcher's AI ever get things wrong? I mean, it's still technology, right?
That's a great question. It's important to remember AI is a tool, not a replacement for your own judgment. While RoleCatcher's AI is super advanced, it's still important to use your own critical thinking and review those suggestions it gives you.
So it's a partnership, a team effort between human smarts and artificial intelligence. We're not letting the AI take over completely. We're using it to make our own abilities even better.
You got it. Use it as a guide, a sounding board, a way to refine your approach. But always trust your gut and tailor the advice to your specific situation.
That's an important point. AI is here to enhance our skills, not replace them. It's about finding that balance and using the best of both worlds to reach our goals.
Absolutely. It's about working smarter, not harder. Now, before we go on, let's take a step back and think about something really important that often gets overlooked in all the job hunting craziness. We've talked about the role, the questions, the AI tools, but what about the person?
And we're back for the final part of our deep dive into preparing for an advertising sales agent interview. We've unpacked the role, tackled those tough interview questions, and seen how RoleCatcher's AI can be a total game changer.
It's been quite the journey, and by now, I think you've got a good grasp on what it takes to make it in this competitive field.
Let's bring it all together now. What does this all mean for you, the listener, who's ready to take that next step?
The biggest takeaway: you've got the power to shape your own career path. You don't have to feel lost in the job search jungle. With the right knowledge, the right tools, and the right mindset, you can confidently navigate your way to a fulfilling and successful career in advertising sales.
And RoleCatcher is right there with you, like a trusted guide every step of the way. It's not just another job board or resume builder. It's a full-on platform designed to empower you at every stage.
Love that you said empower, because that's exactly what it does. It gives you the info, the guidance, the confidence to make smart decisions and show your best self to those potential employers.
So for our listener who's ready to get started, where do they begin? What's step one?
Head straight to RoleCatcher's website and create a free account. It's super easy and opens up a ton of resources. Once you're in, start by checking out those career guides. Really immerse yourself in the world of an advertising sales agent. Get a feel for what they actually do, the skills they need, the challenges they face, the potential rewards.
Don't just skim it. Go deep into those career stages. Look at those real-world profiles of people at different points in their careers. Figure out where you fit in, where you want to be, and the steps to get there.
And while you're at it, check out the external resources section. Those links to industry groups, publications, and events can be super valuable for staying in the loop, learning more, and building your network.
It's like a treasure chest of resources all in one spot.
Exactly. And of course, dive into those interview guides. Get familiar with the questions you might be asked and start working on your answers. This is where RoleCatcher's AI can really shine, helping you tailor your responses and practice your delivery until it's perfect.
So it's about mixing your own prep with the power of AI for a winning combo.
You got it. Don't be shy about playing around with the AI features. Try out the CV and cover letter builder, test the interview practice, and see how these tools can personalize your approach and give you that extra advantage.
It's all about using innovation and every tool you've got to succeed.
And remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Take your time, explore your options, and let RoleCatcher be your guide every step of the way.
Before we wrap up, I want to go back to something you mentioned earlier. We've talked a lot about the how-to of landing a job, but let's not forget about passion and purpose. Those are the things that make a career truly fulfilling.
Absolutely. Finding work that you genuinely care about, something that aligns with your values and interests, that's what leads to long-term happiness and success.
So use RoleCatcher to explore, learn, grow, and find the path that's right for you. Your dream job might be closer than you think.
And remember, with the right prep and the right mindset, you can achieve anything you set your mind to.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Hope you found it insightful and empowering.
It was great sharing these insights with you. Best of luck on your journey.